that yelling hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it. That's how you know we're lit.
It's week 4 of the NFL, and we've got Miles Jack. He put up numbers last week with a 9-tackle performance. It's the Jets and the Rams, next on EA Sports.
Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Los Angeles Rams and the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look... Brandon Gaudin alongside, as always, my partner Charles Davis. And CD, in the few moments here before kickoff, let's give these folks at home a look at these two offenses by the numbers. What stands out to you?
Brandon, I just continue to be amazed by the analytics of the game, and it's an area where I continue to concentrate and study because I'm still trying to figure out how coaches and coordinators can really crunch the numbers and find where exactly on the field a defense is vulnerable. It's the game within the game. And if you really dive into it, it can be endlessly fascinating.
The play fake. Here's Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ernest Jones, the linebacker, with a sack. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Here's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's more. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough. Well, able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the 3rd down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the 1st down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the 1st down. Excellent tackling right there.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes. Taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he powers his way up past the 30. This defense for the Jets, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on fourth down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 32-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Jets will take over. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
We're taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago. 17 carries, 136 yards, and a touchdown.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Wilson now off the bootleg. Throw left side complete. That's Wilson. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Garrett Wilson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to air one out. He's got him in. Complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Going for it with Sanders. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there. Relied on the big guys up front and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
Second down, back to Sanders. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll look to throw now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. 2nd and 1 from the 2. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Looking to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Play action. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Devin White defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head and that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The give to the fullback on the dive. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I'm not sure how much I really love that call. It almost seems like a little bit of a give up there. But maybe what they were thinking is, we got a chance to pop one. They think we're just going to give up here, hand it to the big man, and maybe he can get through. Sometimes there's a little bit of courage in play calling that maybe we don't give enough credit.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Sanders. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line. Here we go.
Second and 9 now. Gets this one to Hill. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Fair to say, it hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They'll try and run for it. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Miles Sanders with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The New York set to take the field. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues. That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. They tried to get him into space. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play.
Previous plays coming review.
So that challenge, a successful one. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Wilson. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken from just outside the 30. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we're going to look at him. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Open man here is Conklin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now Wilson on first down. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Ready, go!
from midfield now. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Wilson will throw again. Flush to his right. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be fourth and short.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Boy, Brandon, a missed opportunity there at the end of this first half. You'd love to give your guys a lead going into the break, but this effort doesn't find the mark, and that's going to keep things all square.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We'll start things out with the battle for Ohio. This one at First Energy Stadium as Cleveland hosts Cincinnati. And it's the Bengals who are out in front. Joe Burrow has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they've gone to the half in that one with the visiting Saints out on top. Devontae Parker, a touchdown catch in that first half. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they've gone to the half in a tight one. 21-all is a score. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Rams. And they didn't get a whole lot done in the rushing department in those first 2 quarters. They probably feel pretty lucky to be tied here at halftime. Meanwhile, for the Jets, here's a look at their numbers throwing the football in what was a very even first half. Both teams making their final adjustments for the second half to come. And to bring the action your way, we go back to MetLife Stadium and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run with Sanders. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. They'll set up a throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson, and he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Aaron Donald with a sack. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This will be taken at the 10. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. This game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is fielded at the 27. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Rams will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
L.A. readies for its next possession. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, it's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Now a carry for Sanders. To about the 40-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to be set up down around the yard line. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Now Sanders. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Ready?
2nd down, back to Sanders. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
McPherson's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And now out come the Jets. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Paul on a give up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Wilson. And this will be incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage. And that throw had no shot.
Big 3rd down. A field goal from this spot, 57 yards as they hope to move it a little closer. To throw is Wilson. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. We've seen some big kicks in the NFL the last few years, and that one might just rank right up there.
And you know, you can hear the crowd react, right? But I was focused in on the sideline and watched them absolutely erupt. I don't know how many of them thought that he was actually going to make that kick, but how about how they felt when the ball went over the post?
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Hang on here. We got an injury. And, yeah, it's Cooper Kupp who's going to receive some attention following that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. An option handoff given to Sanders. And some space here. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 82 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
He's going to keep this again. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. And everybody thinking about the possible field goal on fourth. It would be 58 yards from here. Out of the gun now on third down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 13-yard line. That gain on third down, good for 28. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. They're going to look to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. On third down, they turn to Sanders. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up fourth down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And they're looking at fourth down now in this tie ball game. So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson. This for the lead in the final stages. McPherson's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they've managed the clock exactly right.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So here's Wilson and the Jets. Down 13-10. Just under 2 minutes to go. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on first down.
Here we go. Set. Race no trap. Race no trap.
Here's Wilson. He's got Smith-Schuster. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they... midfield. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. Able to complete it to Montgomery. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Throwing now is Wilson. Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Ready. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll go again with Sanders. Fights through him. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And this one won't be remembered for many offensive fireworks, but they did enough to get the job done.
And that's why it's a team game, because sometimes you have to lean on one part of your team. And they leaned on their defense. In fact, they probably went over there and asked for some help. Like, guys, we just don't have it in this one. Can you hook us up? And they did in a big way. Said, no problem. Put it on our shoulders.
I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. He for the park and they know I'm impressive. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking a from my boy heavy. I'm the best, and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching, but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call it. Working big, and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know he missed the know I got him running to it. I'ma need to pull the milk before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run a like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my way up, get on go.
It's alright, man. Cool. I been going there like deposit. You don't really brag about it when you know you got it. Real hard to read a nigga hooked on finance. Say a lot of things and never catch like Sonic. Soon I'm gone. When I'm in my zone and get it going Donkey Kong. They got the hand dollar, we just give a dog a bone. I'm like, oh no, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car and whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones. Coming in strong like, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating, it's a party, wanna come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Everybody wanna kill the king, or you shit wanna take the crown. I can see through it like a stomach with a other sign. When I hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles. They be getting tired, running out like 100 house. All up in my business, real nose like a bloodhound. I'ma throw them off like I'm standing on a picture mine. All they do is look at Instagram while they sit around. Hate me in real life, but you like in pictures. switches now. Oh, everybody acting different now. Finally trying to see what I be on. Got a different style. They be at the brand new when they know I've been around. Got a fake smile on your face cause you've been inclined. I can say a lot, but I'm not. Gotta keep it down. Making sure nobody drown. I'm my brother, keep it now. Mike Jack hit me up and said I gotta beat it down. Turn me up when I'm on your speaker now.